What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Top 10 Things in Star Wars. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're talking about A New Hope.
McClunky.
Alright, so my number one thing. So the way we do this, for people that don't know, if you're just joining on, is we don't do top 10 lists ranking them. We just watch the movie and write down 10 things in order of watching the movie.
It seems so much lazier.
Well, I don't want to rank it. It's just it's my list of the movie.
Yeah, no, I
it's
got
10
you.
good things in the movie. It's not 10 ranked best things in the movie.
Right.
My number one moment, Uncle Owen forgets R2-D2 and C-3PO.
That's not a great moment. Yeah.
None of mine are great moments.
You know what's funny is I was thinking about this. So it's not this movie's fault that he forgets them. It's the past movie's fault.
I don't want to be like, well, it makes sense in this movie because this movie was made beforehand. In Star Wars logic, he completely forgot about R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Yeah, he did.
And he's like, oh, these droids. And then to give him a little bit of credit, there's a lot of these droids out there, but they look very specific, and at least C-3PO sounds very specific.
And he's still named 3PO.
Yeah.
Well.
And it was 16 years ago.
What about
he doesn't remember something that happened 16 years ago?
What about old Ben Kenobi and R2? Literally, the Revenge of the Sith opens up with R2 helping them out.
Yeah.
And him making
and he's
fun
like,
of
oh,
him.
I don't remember owning a droid.
I mean, he didn't own him. Oh, I guess from a certain point of view.
I guess, because they're little fuckers. See, that's how you can always get away with this. Well, from a certain point of view, he didn't own R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Well, from any point of view, really.
No, a certain point of view. Because he was a Jedi and the Jedi Council owned them, so technically he would.
So that's your first one?
No.
That's what you said.
I have more.
Oh.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Luke going, I was going to go to the Tashi station to pick up some power converters.
But I was going into Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
My first one is just the opening crawl. When it starts off and it's like just the music starts playing and then it says Star Wars.
We've heard this music like 6 times now.
It's different for this one.
No, it's actually the exact same song.
No, it's different. And the beginning when it's 20th Century Fox going to, that makes it different too.
Oh,
Yeah. Had I known you were gonna do that, it probably. I almost turned into Halo for a second.
You know
No,
they own Fox. Do you think they'll put that into
The new one?
the Rise of Skywalker?
They should, if they want me to like it.
I think they should too.
No, this movie, I've probably seen this movie more than any movie.
What about Flesh? What about Snatch?
I said
What about David
probably.
Does Dallas?
Said probably.
Okay.
So it's hard to pick out certain aspects of it. But when this came on, I was like,
Well, from a certain point of view, you should be really good at picking out moments.
God, you're a funny little guy. But yeah, so that's my first one. It was right off the bat. I was like, yeah, this makes me excited to watch
Should this
it.
have been your...
And then the opening crawl it's like, hey, previously on Rogue One.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I like when they mentioned it, I was like, hey, we just saw that, even though you have no fucking idea.
Right. The writers were like, okay, write down the opening crawl, and then we'll make a movie.
Have you seen what the original opening crawl was? It's like super long.
Yeah.
And he had like all his friends. He set them in a room like what was it? Francis Ford Coppola. He was friends with them, right?
Yeah.
And like
Steven Spielberg.
yeah, all them, and they were like,
Bob
hey,
Dylan.
maybe shorten that a little bit. And then they told him his whole movie was trash, and he had to re-edit the whole thing.
It was like 4 hours long.
But the opening thing, I think, was like a couple minutes long.
Wow.
For the first, can you imagine that? Like now, it'd be kind of cool watching it now after seeing it. But like first time watching the movie, you're like, what the fuck is this? A book on TV?
Yeah.
So I'm on number 2 now.
Yep.
Old Ben.
You mean ObiWan Kenobi?
I never once questioned that at all. And then you were like, why the fuck is he like? Oh, you think he's talking about old Ben? Like obviously, old Ben Kenobi, ObiWan Kenobi.
Yeah, and then
Even then, when he shows up, too, he's like, oh, ObiWan Kenobi. That's not a name I haven't gone by in a long, long time. I was like, it's been 16 years. That's not that long.
you kind of sound like Ringo.
Hey, Ringo, I got me a lightsaber. I want to fight your father.
Luke does ask if it's a relative. I mean, I guess you could have Ben Kenobi and Bob Kenobi and then Obi-Wan Kenobi. But it's just like
It is weird though, because like I was trying to think in this.
it's like the only Kenobi around.
Like, is his name not Obi-Wan? Or did he just go, you know what, I'm here, I'm in hiding, my name's Ben? Like, is he going to be called Ben in the Kenobi show?
I doubt it.
I don't know why I pointed over here as if the TV show's right behind
That's
me.
where Disney Plus is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's because he's a has-been.
Maybe because he's secretly Ben Affleck.
All right. That's my next one, too.
That he's Ben Affleck?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
He's
No,
back.
I have more to mine, actually, so maybe if you want to keep
Jesus
interrupting me.
Christ, really? Well, how many? It's 10, not 52.
Yeah, but it was hard for me to pick a moment, like you said.
Oh, from a certain point of view, it should be easy.
C-3PO quotes Walrus Man. Luke buys him, and he goes, no, I don't think he likes you, and I don't like you either. And I was like, wow, he put that line in this movie twice.
No, I don't think he likes you at all. No, I don't like you either.
Doesn't like you.
I'm sorry.
I don't like you either.
Now, when you say Walrus Man, can you say it in a Ringo voice?
Hey, Walrus Man. Or the, I don't like you.
Could you?
He doesn't like you either. I'm actually part of the Beatles.
So that's still my number 2. I didn't have.
Oh, you have
this.
Walrus Man in there also?
I do not.
Oh, but old Ben?
Oh, Ben, and then I'd stop because that was one moment. And then the next moment would be my third one. But so now you can do your third one. Since you've done like 4 already.
The Sand People attack with the...
You do that pretty good.
Yeah, I practice.
Out in the desert,
I-
wrap yourself up like a mummy.
Mm-hmm. I try to scare dogs. Like, come here, dags.
You got a lot of sound effects. In this.
Obi-Wan's weird fucking scream was like, ow!
And they've changed it out through the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? He's never... Do you think he'll do that in Kenobi?
Every time he's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It's very odd.
Yeah. I remember every time... I never... Like, one time we were watching this together, and I was like, is that him? And you're like, yeah, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I was like, oh, I thought the Sand People were, like, scared, and that was their yell.
Well, and then, like, why is he afraid of the Sand People? Like, oh, we better get back. They come back in numbers. You're a fucking Jedi. Just kill him.
Yeah.
Anakin wasn't afraid of him.
Yeah, I thought he killed them all.
But
Women and children.
It was just a village. It wasn't the entire
Yeah,
race.
sounds like he talks up a big game. He left a couple behind. It was on Tatooine.
It was just a village. It wasn't
he
the
came
race.
back like a knight. He was slashing and gashing.
Gashing?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got more. Oh, yeah, the Sand People yelling thing was repeated. I told you that earlier, but it's like almost like a GIF. Like it just keeps going.
And going?
And then I put also Obi-Wan Kenobi forgot C-3PO and R2-D2, but we already discussed that.
See, but did he forget him? Because
Yeah,
now I'm looking at him.
He's kind of like a lion fuck.
Yeah, when I'm
I
watching,
don't remember owning any droids.
I'm totally making this up in my head, but he's.
I don't know why Obi-Wan keeps turning into Ringo.
I don't know either. But as he's like telling Luke stories, I was thinking, you're a lion sack of shit.
Yeah.
With
he's
you
like,
little
he
smirking ass.
He killed your father.
And then, obviously, Alex Guinness has no idea that he's full of shit. He's
Oh,
just saying the
I think
lines.
he knows.
You think George Lucas is like, all right, now you're really telling him this, but
Mhm.
really you're full of shit. When Obi-Wan cut off dude's arm
I thought of you. You know why?
because we saw him in the last episode.
No.
Why?
Because you went, how come every time someone's cut the fucking lightsaber, there's no fucking blood? Where's the fucking blood? I want some blood.
Oh, and
I don't remember when you said that. I don't know if it was on here or if it was like outside when we were like, tickling each other. But you were complaining about that, and I was like, I don't know, it like solders the wound. And then this one, he's like, whoosh, whoosh, whoom, and then arms on the floor and there's blood. That's like the only time you ever see that in Star Wars.
And you know what's funny about that?
What?
Didn't even notice.
Oh my fucking god.
But you're right. I remember it now.
Yeah, that's the only time anyone ever gets cut in this movie.
I mean, it fucking makes Obi-Wan disappear.
You know what? A lot of this stuff in this movie looks pretty shitty now watching it. But I'm always impressed once with his little land speeders, and then when he gets cut like that, like it's like that's a pretty good effect too, because he's like in it, and like you don't, because a lot of times like when they start the lightsabers, you see the cut when it turns on, but you never you don't notice anything like that when they cut Obi-Wan.
It's funny that you notice shit like that, but you can't notice that it's Eddie Murphy not getting knocked over in Beverly Hills Cop. Or like Die Hard, Bruce Willis fucking...
Yeah, that's noticeable as fuck.
It's like, who's that bald guy?
And almost something. Who's that Pokemon? Except, who's that bald guy? And it's a game you gotta figure out who it is. Vader. Why can't I fucking talk? Vader force choking the dude who doesn't believe in the Force. And I also put that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense that no one believes in the Force. Like I said, it's been
Yeah.
16 years, and they're like, "Oh, you and that hokey religion, you little dumb fuck, Darth Vader." And then he starts choking him.
It is an old religion.
See, but if it was a religion 16 years ago, that's not that old.
So what
Especially when now they've added Rebels and you had video games in between all this stuff, it makes less and less and less sense that people in this time period don't believe in it.
But I think like if you come from some like who knows where that guy's from, and there's no Jedi from where he's from, and then the only one he ever sees is Darth Vader. I mean, I don't know. You got to kind of give him the benefit of the doubt.
Nah, there's a lot of people in this movie. Even Han Solo, he's buddies with Chewbacca, who fought with Yoda. Not fought him, but fought together.
You said with.
Yeah, but sometimes
I knew what that meant.
like I could fight with you, and I'm like beating you up.
No, I knew what you meant.
Okay, but you know what I mean? It doesn't make a whole lick of sense.
I said I know what you meant, and then you said, "Do you know what I mean?"
You know what I mean?
Maybe Chewbacca's really stupid.
Yeah, he just go.
And he's afraid to go in the fucking.
I thought you were gonna say he's afraid of goats.
I ain't afraid of no goats.
That's all I got for my my 4.
I actually have hand shooting Greedo.
Oh, I do too. That's my number 6. I got McClunky.
McClunky.
Oh, is that what he says
Yeah.
now?
Actually, it's more like McClunky.
I like the original version where he just shoots him.
I don't understand the reason of changing that so many times.
He didn't want
It's
him to
just
shoot first.
Yeah, but then they undo it in Solo.
Yeah, he literally shoots first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was better. I mean, the Greedo's an asshole. He
Yeah.
didn't shoot him.
Did you notice when because you know how they take out the scene when he goes and speaks to Jabba? Because
Yeah.
Jabba was a human in this, and like so he's talking to him. They put it back in now, and they put a real shitty looking Jabba in there.
It wasn't that bad.
Compared to like the other creatures in this, though, it looks bad.
Yeah, I guess.
When he's there, like because they walk him because like he steps on his tail and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But when he's walking away, because when they filmed that scene, there was a dude. He goes, "You're an awfully nice human being, Jabba."
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they change that line? He can't. He put Jabba the Hutt in there, and he can't change Harrison Ford's line.
Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause that was weird. The whole thing's fine. I don't care about the scene at all, other than that bit's like, oh, that's kind of weird.
I don't like it because it wasn't in there originally. It's like weird.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that Boba Fett's hanging out on the side for no
Yeah, just
reason.
randomly.
But it is weird when he says that, and I think, okay, so are all these aliens just human beings? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole.
No.
Yeah, it's weird. You want to know my number 5?
Okay.
Uncle Owen and Aunt Peru, ya burnt.
You burnt!
Yeah, I almost put that in there, but I was like, you know what? I wasn't gonna say you burnt,
Mm-hmm.
but I was gonna put their burning corpse. Because remember that time I sent you there was
that fake toy.
yeah, that I would love that. That would be awesome.
I would too.
But I was like, no, I can't be that mean. They just got fucking killed.
Isn't Beru the dumbest fucking name you've ever heard? Her name is Aunt Beru.
There's someone named Jar Jar.
Yeah, but Jar Jar's like, oh, Jar Jar. He's like 2 jars together. Jar Jar. But she's what's a Beru?
It's a name.
No, it's not.
What's a Bob?
A dude with no arms and legs in the water.
That could be the funniest thing you ever said. I was gonna say, what's an art? It's a guy with no arms, no legs on the wall.
That's good. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, so my next one is when they about to save Princess Leia, and Han has to talk in the comm, and then he shoots it.
Oh, yeah, I love that scene.
That's
Especially because it's improvised, too.
Everything's under control. Situation normal.
What happened?
Had a slight weapons malfunction, but everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, is it? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's improvised.
We're all right here now, thanks. How are you?
Mm-hmm.
It was like it's classic.
This movie, I didn't know. I've never really noticed it before until now. Or at least I don't remember doing that. But it kind of drags a little bit, and then it's great once Harrison Ford gets in it. Like it's not bad, but it's it's a little slow in parts, and I'm like, why does this feel different? And then he gets in, I'm like, oh, it's 'cause I've been waiting for him to show up.
Well, that's what I said. Which one was it when I said we have to follow around? Oh, we're following around Anakin, Padme and fucking whoever the third person was. I don't even remember.
It's Qui-Gon and Jar Jar. And
But I go, yeah, and it was like Jar Jar and fucking Little Annie Qui-Gon.
hey, he's a person and his name is Anakin.
And then in this one, you got fucking Princess Leia, Luke, and
Han Solo and
Han
Chewbacca.
Solo, and Luke is completely outclassed by those two in this movie.
Yeah.
Which I've growing up, Luke was my favorite. Like
Mhm.
I always thought people that liked Han more were stupid.
Was it from the other movies though, or was it from this?
It was from this one.
Oh wow,
But
that's kind of
just-
surprising because he doesn't do a whole lot.
I just thought he was gonna be a Jedi someday, and I wanted to be Luke, and I was
And then
like fucking
you're like,
5.
One day he's gonna project himself in front of Kylo Ren,
Ben Solo.
and then he's just gonna like die and disappear.
How did Ben Solo get his name?
He's been Solo for a while.
Mm.
He was just wandering around like, "How you been?" He's like, "I'm pretty solo." I'm like, "What a
Wow.
name, guy."
Yeah. So I just, but now watching this and seeing it throughout the years, and I mean, it's just Han's much cooler, and so is Princess Leia. She was,
Yeah.
she was awesome in this actually.
Yeah, I really, I mean, it's very unfortunate that she died because the last movie was supposed to be all her, and like her and Luke were gonna have lightsaber things and fight the Emperor and all that. So I'm very interested, like, what the hell they're gonna do with her in that next movie.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm supposed to go twice.
Yeah, because my 6 is McClunky, so just go ahead and do 6.
Okay, then my next one is when Han takes off after the stormtroopers. Seeing like all these are like 3 or 4 in a row are Han.
Yeah.
He takes off and he's like ah,
Oh,
and then
and
he
he's
runs
coming
into
back?
a bunch of them, and
Mhm.
he stops, and then he has to run the
That
other way.
scene's always reminded me of you because you always loved that scene. Anytime you watch the
have.
movie, you look forward to that.
It's kind of like how I play Call of Duty.
Yeah, that might be why you like it so much.
Yeah,
you just
maybe.
run into a room and then you see dudes, you don't even kill them, you just turn around and come back.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, dude, they're in there.
My 7th is like I think right after that, Vader versus Obi-Wan.
Mine too.
It's still like one of the weirdest lightsaber battles because it's so clunky, but it's not as bad as it was in my memory.
It's not as bad. It's not as good as the other ones.
Yeah,
but
it's not as good as their
still-
last fight.
It's still a lightsaber battle, and it's still Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting.
Yeah, and you could look at it too. It's a slow fight because Obi-Wan's an old fuck and Darth Vader's basically a robot now. So it's
Yeah.
like, but then also we saw him in Rogue One. He's like
Literally,
10
a day ago.
a day ago. He's like ba boo bee ba 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 ba, killing
Could
people.
you imagine if that Darth Vader fought that Obi-Wan Kenobi?
It would have been the same result, but it would have been way cooler.
It would have been like, like
He would
Luke.
have just thrown his
Luke,
lightsaber at him.
Luke would have never saw it coming. He would have still been coming to the ship, and he would have already been dead.
Yeah,
Would have ruined the whole movie.
couldn't he? Because they closed the door on him. Couldn't he just be like, and like grabbed them and pulled them towards him?
He wanted him to leave. Remember, they put a cloaking device on him, and they
Yeah, but he could just. Oh, I got Leia back and all you guys. But I guess they took him to the base.
yeah. And then
I'm
they,
just saying,
okay.
Vader could have killed them all right there. He probably would have helped him out. But then he wouldn't have turned good in the end, so I guess it's good he let him leave.
How come Vader can't sense that his children are on the Death Star?
I think later on, don't they kind of mention it in Empire or one of them that he's like, "Oh yeah, I knew you were my kids." He doesn't necessarily say that because like he reveals it to Luke there, so I think he was like purposely.
And he mentions Leia too, but it just in this one it's just like, hey, he doesn't
Mhm.
feel him.
And like, that's another thing. Like if Lucas is changing shit when he's going, he's like, "Oh, this one's strong with the Force." When they're flying at the end, he should be like, "Luke." I guess he doesn't know his name, but he's like, "My son," or something like that, or like he like smells familiar. I don't know how the Force works, but
This one farted.
like something like that because they should put. Oh yeah, this is my boy, Padme. He can smell her vagina still on him.
Ugh. That was gross.
Oh, my number 8 is when Han is saying like they're all doing their goodbyes before they go out and fight the Death Star, and he's like, "Hey, Luke, may the Force be with you." He's trying so hard not to laugh there.
May the force be with you.
You know, you told me that, so I was looking for it when I watched it,
Mhm.
and he did his like lip
Yeah,
quivered.
he says it, and it's like weird, and then like he makes like a real like he's like trying to tighten his
Yeah.
face to like not laugh.
Yeah, may the force be with you. But
Mhm.
yeah, he's totally gonna laugh.
It's weird that they kept that in. Like they could, hey, can you just say that line again and not laugh?
Maybe
He didn't say like, "Hey, Luke, eat a dick."
Maybe that was the 40th time, and
And that's like, the best I
Harrison
got.
Ford's like, this is so stupid. What am
Yeah.
I supposed to say?
Could be something like that. But I've never noticed that before.
I remember him going, "Hey, Luke, may the force be with you," and just felt weird coming from him.
Mm-hmm.
But I never noticed the laughter.
I always just assume that's him being like, all right, the Force is real. All these fucks believe in it too.
Oh, I always took it as, I still don't believe, but you believe, so here you go.
What about in episode 7 when he goes, it's true. All of it.
I haven't seen episode 7. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Sorry, spoilers. He dies.
Fuck.
What's your 9? Or is it your 8?
It's my.
I don't know, whatever your next one is.
Hand shooting
First?
second, and no shooting off. Now I actually wrote it down before I watched it.
Oh, wow. What a fucking cheater you
Well,
are.
I knew. I just wanted to watch it, and I knew what my next 3 were gonna be. And so I wrote down hand shooting Darth Vader and clearing the way for Luke. And then when I watched it, he doesn't shoot Darth Vader. He shoots
Just
the
the other two and makes him go.
he only shoots one.
Oh.
He shoots the dude on the left, I believe. That guy blows up. This dude on the right goes, what? Ah! Boom!
Oh, he crashes?
Yeah, and then
Ah.
hits Darth Vader, and Darth Vader spins out. And I was like, wow, the Force is strong with that one.
I don't know if it's like an old comic or just a random theory online. But there's some like they do like alternate like things, and then Darth Vader spins off. He just gets like lost in space. I don't remember what it is, but I've seen a video on that. It's pretty funny.
When they all go in, and they're like, red 2, red 5, red blah, blah, blah,
Big wiener standing by.
All I can picture is Family Guy when they do it, and then he's like, red fox standing by.
What's funny about your whole thing is my number 9 is the fattest pilot is called Porkins. Which I think that's weird. I guess originally he was supposed to literally be a pig, but someone wrote the prosthetics, so they're just like, all right, fat guy, get in there. You're called Porkins.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a little odd.
I didn't
And
even
then-
catch his name.
And then I liked Darth Vader flying around. I thought that was pretty neat. But then going into my 10 now, Han Solo saving Luke and then blowing up the Death Star is my 10. But Han Solo doing that was my 10th one.
So you just did 2 in a row?
Well, yeah, because I had to get there with you. And then I also...
Well, no, because
I'll-
that was only on 8, so now I have to do 9.
Well, you got behind at some point. But my last bit I have here, and I'll be done talking. No more Jerome in here.
Okay.
When Luke runs up to Leia at the end, when they're done, he runs up and he hugs. He goes, Carrie! And hugs her.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
No, he does.
Really?
Let me see. I bet you I can find it online. But he yells, Carrie!
Well, he is a bad actor.
Yeah.
Why didn't they take
Just cut straight to it. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's here. Okay. You hear it?
No.
Actually, we'll do it again. He goes, Carrie!
Wow, it's so... Someone must have a good ear.
I think that came out and now people talk about it. But I've heard people talk about it, like on a podcast I listen to. So I listened for this time and I was like, oh, wow, he totally does yell Carrie.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've never... I thought it just goes, hey!
Yeah, because I remember them like, you did it! Ha!
But it would be a weird response if someone's like, Luke, and you're like, hey!
That's true.
This is weird.
Carrie! Wow. All right, so my number 9 is the Death Star being destroyed.
Which version?
This one, and that's what I said. Being destroyed, and then they... I guess this is my number 10. I was wrong.
So you're stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, they destroy the Death Star, and then they never make another one. They learn their lesson. It never happens
Nope,
again.
they make like 3 more. They'll probably be... imagine this. In the last of this entire series, there'll be a broken one in the water.
It's almost like maybe they should go a different route. It's
Yeah.
not working.
Almost come up with a new idea.
Hey, let's...
They should create this guy. He's like an underwater weird kangaroo-looking dude. Call him Jar Jar. Make him a Sith. You know what time it is?
4:27.
Time for Rank That Movie! So before, because I don't want to get your panties in a twist, are we going from bottom to top or top to bottom? Because either way I've done it now, you've yelled at me.
That's not
So I don't know which way to go.
No.
Yes.
I only yelled at you the one way, and it's because you did it wrong. Bottom to top.
So I start with Solo. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if that's your bottom movie.
All right.
piece
So
of
I'll go
shit.
first. I got Solo.
What if I go at the same time?
No, because that'd be confusing. Let me
No,
go and you
go 5 and I go 5.
No, for the edit, I'll
For what?
when I edit, I'll put in the posters. So let
No, what
me.
was that?
That's them flying on the screen. The posters.
Hmm.
All right, so Solo, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Rogue One, A New Hope, Revenge of the Sith. Fraud risk.
I'll get it.
Thanks for interrupting my video, asshole.
I don't get those phone calls anymore.
I get them all the fucking time. Every day. Every day.
What are you, Drake?
Mm-hmm.
Something popped up on my phone. They're like, "Hey, do you want to avoid these calls?" And I was like,
Can I get that?
"I'm like, sure." And now I never get a single phone call that isn't in my phone.
Wow.
I'll be looking down and be like, "Missed phone call." The other day, work called me, but it's not programmed. That line's not programmed.
And then you blocked your own workout.
Yeah, fuck them. They don't need to call me.
Okay. Well, yeah. So Revenge of the Sith is still my top.
That surprises me a little bit.
Me too, actually. But
then
watching this, I
again,
was like,
You don't have a lot of taste. I mean, you have Solo at the bottom, and you see
Solo
the
is a fucking garbage movie, and I'm not the only one that thinks that. Most of America thinks that.
Nobody thinks it's worse than Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones.
A lot of people do.
Name one.
I know.
What's your fucking list, Mister? I have so exquisite taste. So let me show you my list. I
Whose
actually,
nipples are you pinching?
I actually enjoyed Solo because I'm a dum dum.
All right, 5 is Phantom Menace.
Okay.
Except there's 6 movies, so 6 is Phantom Menace.
Wow, you have no taste. I'm the smartest guy in the room. I don't even know how to count. I thought I was on 9. I was on 10. Now I don't know how many movies I have to rank.
What place is that?
That's you. I'm Nick.
Attack of the Clones,
Mm-hmm.
Solo, Rogue One, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope.
Okay. So yours is very similar to mine. I just have a couple switched.
It's not similar at all.
Yeah, we have a couple switched.
You have Solo at the bottom,
Yeah.
and you have Sith at the top.
Yeah, and you have Sith as your second. It's similar. If you can't see that, you're blind.
There's at least 3 different, and there's only 6 movies.
I'm gonna piss in your mouth. Anything else you want to say about A New Hope?
Now I'm gonna put this on your.
Well, from a certain point of view, I think this video is over.
Wow.
McConkey.